Yep, it's gone live.
Now we're
Notified.
Yay! Hello, everybody. There was probably nobody there. Maybe Billy's there. We're just doing a dummy run for tonight. Series, how do I get the panel back up so I can look on the right?
Which panel?
You know the one with all the names? Oh, I see. I'll go back to here. I just want to take my camera off for now because we're doing a dummy run.
Oh, that's just in the middle top.
Got it. Is there anyone there, Dee?
Yeah, we got 5 people there at the moment, I can see. So if I can just say, yeah, guys, we're just having a quick dummy run because before Series has been running this on OBS through Karen's channel, and now Karen is going to try doing it herself. So we're just going to see how it turns out, guys, okay?
Only Billy, you and me are there.
Series,
we've only got 3 now.
5.
I'm there too.
Yeah, Frankie's here and Patricia's here. 3 viewers. Can I see them? Oh, it just tells me there's 3 viewers. Right.
This difference between the
And then if I want to have the chat back, oh, I see. I can't have them both going at the same time. Okay.
Oh, 369 subscribers, Karen. That's gone up since last night or the other night.
So there's a few more since I went on then. 3 more people have signed up. That's really good. Series is the... Oh, no, D. Yeah, D's got his... D, it doesn't show... Oh, I see.
I've got it wangled, so I've got a little window, and then I've got the chat at the side, and I can see that as well now. That's cool. Yeah,
I can't do anything with D, though. His camera's off, and I haven't got no control on that one.
No, you'll be able to turn my... Oh, sorry, Patricia.
So it's a good job Karen can't control your camera.
Yeah, it probably is actually. I am sat here with no clothes on, but I've got covers over me, so...
There you go.
But yeah, no, Karen, I think if I put my camera on, I'm able to turn it off now. Try that.
No.
No? All right, then I have control over my camera. It's just the mute then you have control over.
That's weird, though, isn't it? That everyone else is on there, but not you. Is there anybody in the chat room, or shall we just stop chat? Should we stop broadcasting now?
That's your choice. Like I said, I don't mind having a bit of a chat. I mean...
Go on, then. Go on, then, D.
Yeah, I'll chat to myself. Okay, then. Yeah, no, it's... I'm just sat here.
So what do you want to talk about, D?
On Frankie. Defocus Frankie, and then you'll get everyone in the stream.
What's that?
You have to focus on Frankie.
Oh, I see. You mean in the okay.
Hang on.
Well, I have to move it then, Series.
No,
I have to press it.
Click it again, and then the white line or white border disappears, and then.
Oh, okay. Is that how you do it? Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah. So you live and you learn every day.
Yeah.
So, but this video is not showing anywhere, is it?
What do you mean?
I don't see it anywhere.
Only on YouTube.
Where do I go to?
It's live on your live stream. The link gave in the chat. It's not the /live of your channel behind your channel name anymore.
Right.
Did you hear me, Karen?
So where do I? Yeah, there's someone there. Hello, whoever's there. D, what's their name? We're just doing a dummy run for tonight because we're going live tonight. And hello?
YouTube. It's a little bit late on YouTube. But...
Things crashed though. It says live events on YouTube crashed.
Hi, Billy.
Oh, that was the previous one.
All right, so get rid of that then. Okay, I've got rid of that.
Yeah.
You're still there. Right. I still haven't got... Let's go back to the chat. I just want to see what it looks like. So, Hangouts.
Yeah, I mean...
Could someone just put...
Sorry, go on.
Can you just put the link back up for... Oh, there it is. Okay, I can see it now. Useless at this. Anyway, so are we going to talk about something as we're here then?
Yeah, something's a very interesting word, you know.
Yeah.
Something.
It could be anything.
We know what your something is, don't we, Dee?
Oh, yeah.
Well, one of two things.
What, me lightsabers or me balls?
Oh, I forgot about them. I was on about the big brown thing. Oh no, that sounds horrible. Shut up.
Hi, Billy, by the way.
What time tonight, Karen is asking?
8 p.m. And thanks for putting that article up in Sun and Moon, you know, about the guy who was saying that he, you know, mentioned our hangout. That's brilliant.
The horror sheet show.
Horry show.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Horry show.
Oh, the Horry Show, yeah.
Yeah. That as well.
I don't get the same panel, by the way.
Sheet show, yeah.
Going to that, I just see my I just see it as you see it. They see it like Billy sees it. How do I go back to the admin? Doesn't that happen anymore? That kind of admin panel. Does that not happen anymore then? The one I had before when I could see who was on there.
Oh, that's still in your Google Hangout chat.
Yeah, you just click on the tab that says Google Hangouts.
And Patrice is still in the other one.
When I was doing it streaming when you were streaming it the other way, a panel came up and I could see who was on there and that. Where's that then?
It's still in the normal Hangout plugin. The plugin chat where you see all those.
No, it was on YouTube series.
What YouTube? Oh, on the right in the chat. ... Triple dot on top.
Go back to that then.
So
Do excuses. We're just so go back to the live thing.
D, Karen, Malav, Mike, Frankie, me, and Patrice.
Yeah, there's 9 people watching at the moment, according to this. So.
Do excuses, everybody. What we're doing is we're just doing a dummy run for later on, because we're going live later on today.
Yeah, it's all good fun.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about anything then? Do you want to?
Yeah, let's talk about my lightsabers.
Do we have to?
No, we don't have to. I was just mucking.
I know, I'm only messing myself.
Yeah.
I love you really, Dee.
I love you all.
Yeah, anyway, there's Flat Enough. Hello, Flat Enough.
Oh. Yeah, am I flat enough?
Hello.
Hello.
I can't see the chat moving now. So
shit.
what we can
Sorry,
talk about
turn
then
the
as we
camera
go
off.
on then?
Say again, Karen.
I don't know.
About then for half an hour or something.
Oh, that was nice. What?
You cannot choose.
Choose us.
If you and Dell are streaming live at the same time, I really cannot choose. Oh, what does that mean?
Well, it's a hard choice, I know.
I think I just did go for you and go for the sun. No offense. Much love. I will catch you later. Much respect.
It'd be nice if Dell did start waking up to the spiritual side of things. I know he has always said he does believe in more than there is, but he just doesn't like to talk about it because it's speculative, I think. So hopefully now, yeah, he's willing to speculate a bit more.
Yeah, it's hard to have a fundament if you never actually study it. You know, that's where a whole religion is built for, to actually keep you from studying it.
Well, we've all started to say that we're activists as well, haven't we? By the way, you know, we can't help. Some of us can't help being activists, and even if, say, Frankie sits quite quietly there, she's here showing that she is, and she's part of something, and we can't help it anymore. It's sort of like this to move forward a bit somehow, coming together on these hangouts, making more friends, making more people we can trust. We need to slowly move this on. If we don't look like a credible force, then it's just not going to happen, is it? Well, it isn't.
Yeah. Well, apparently Billy's saying that Dell is talking about it today. So, I mean, it might be worth us cutting this short and going off and having a listen, see what he's got to say.
Yeah. I switch over. Kind of live stream him.
Yeah.
Go on then, series.
On then.
How do I do that?
I'm not sure he'd appreciate us sharing his stuff. Like, I mean, it might be, like I said, it might be worth us just stopping now and going over and giving him a watch. Like I say, this was just a dummy run anyway. So,
how many people are there then, D?
I don't know. Let me just flick over and have a look.
5, mine says 6 now.
Yeah, we've got 6 people here. So.
Whoa,
well, whilst the 6 people, what do they want to do? Carry on talking with us, or we go to Dell's? Can you do that, D?
Well, you've just done it.
I've just done it, yeah. I forget everybody can hear me.
Rules might be, and what the game actually is, and then you can play it properly. But right now, it's an uneven playing field. We don't know anything.
Yeah, I think most people are saying go to Dell's basically, really, and I think that's where everyone's going to be at the moment. So,
yeah, have you seen?
I mean, he's got like 270 odd viewers. So, yeah, I mean, Awakening saying jump over. I think, yeah, Billy reckons to go. Oh no, he's just put a number and then at Dell's. Yeah, I think at the moment probably Dell's is the place to be.
Well, yeah, we're activists too, though, aren't we?
Yeah, no, we are activists, definitely.
I mean, we can just leave his playing like that and talk amongst ourselves a little bit, because what he's going to be telling everybody to become an activist, to get out there, to go and do this, to go and do that, and we're doing it already. You know, we've got UK Flat Earth Conference happening April next year, so that's happening. There's the Leamington Spa. Can you explain a bit about that, Dee?
Well, as far as I know, like Nathan Oakley put a video out the other day, it is the 22nd of July, Leamington Spa, Jepperton Gardens, around midday.
And what are they going to do?
It's just a bit of a picnic, if the weather holds, obviously. So bring your own booze, bring your own food. And yeah, it's just a bit of a chit-chat, get to know you.
So it's flat earthers meeting up more than doing any experiments or anything?
Oh, I'm sure things will be done. I'm sure people will bring their P900s and stuff like that. So, but no, I think it's more of a meet and greet. Well,
the thing we've got to do is every single person is an individual. Every single person is different. We're living on in a flat realm, and somehow we've all got to just come together, because it's never going to work if we're bickering with each other and stuff like that. And everybody's always so easy to put someone else down. You know, like some people have said some things to us about our guests, and when we actually meet them, they're lovely.
Yeah.
They've been told that, you know, you've been told that they're nothing. And that goes for sort of nearly all our guests, doesn't it, series? Whoever we've had, they're nothing like people paint them out to be. Always, they're a troll, they're a this, they're a that, and they're not. They're just really nice people.
It's all opinion in a sense, and then somebody said it and others are just repeating it. I mean, see it when we know somebody is actually telling plain lies, and you see comments on there of other people who are followers, and they're agreeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know nothing of the other side, and so it's a kind of pre-received opinion, and yeah, then you have to prove it's not true, you know. I mean, where's the proof that it is true? You know, it's all suspicion, and you know.
It's really strange when we're supposed to be understanding what flat Earth is all about, and everybody just wants to, you know, dig at someone else.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're lying they're lying to us, and then the next thing, he is lying to us. It's getting twisted all over, you know, and people are just too easy to manipulate in that sense, too easy to follow. It doesn't matter who or what, as long as they are belonging, they think they are safe in a sense.
Some of us will have fields, won't we? Like, for instance, Series is a 100% researcher, so you're going to have people like him. You're going to get people like D who help and are doing like moderators' jobs, coming on the Hangouts. You get people like me, maybe, who can make platforms. So we all do our bit differently. We're all here, then we're all helping. That's what I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we all do a little bit. So
yeah, and instead of watching the videos, maybe we're making the videos, and you know, even if there's loads of other people doing it, you're still a timestamp of you being there and doing something. Much appreciate all my little people. They've really helped me. Frankie, Patricia, Series D, there's more.
And we don't mind being the little people.
Wilson. Pardon?
And we don't mind being the little people.
I didn't mean it like
I
that.
know you didn't mean it like that, Karen. Don't worry, I know.
Wilson, who's not here at the moment, but there's other people as well who've really helped us on our journey. And a lot of people might not realise that we've done a lot of Hangouts as a group, but we've done them on our own because, well, first of all, I don't think we were sure if people wanted to listen to us. Second thing is we didn't want lots of trolls coming in and ruining what we were doing. Thirdly, we were building trust with the people in our group. Have quite a turnaround of our own group coming on, don't we, Series, as guests or in the group? But
especially, you know, they want bigger awarenesses.
It is to try and bring people together, bring people on, bring, you know, bigger YouTubers, get us all talking, so that it's actually happening, not something we're talking about. It's actually happening.
Yeah, we're all a branch of the whole tree of knowledge, and the only thing we need to do is connect. It's that easy in that sense, and the whole mistrust game is to divide us all the time, every time again. See how trollers are there to make you nothing while they are actually the nothing.
Yeah, and we've had our fair share of people trying to do that, haven't we, Series? They suddenly just go mad. You know, somebody who you've quite trusted, and then they go mad. Some people just do that. Some people just can't handle it for some reason, or don't know what it does to their ego. And, you know, we've got to try and stay as calm as possible and do this together, you know? It's the only way, somehow.
Yeah, they will never derail the truth. It doesn't matter how hard they try, indeed.
But if the people there, the extra people there, who, because this is a dummy run for later on, you know, Series really is researching and has, which we will put out in these Hangouts. But we also got guests. Sometimes, you know, you can't put all of Siri's stuff out in a Hangout, but this is there so that we can help get his data out.
It's
Tonight,
also sad, and on Facebook actually, one particular line.
Tonight we should have Pegleg on, who is a member of my group, and then we've got Zen the Alchemist, who's going to talk about things, and he's coming on later on today on our live show. Well, they should be anyway. Just to get different people talking all the time. Today we've got Santos Bonacci, UK time 11 p.m. He's coming on to talk to a member of my group because this member has got so much information and has drawn so many things and understood about the tree of life, the flower of life. He's understood so much more. I think his brain's going to pop. And someone like Santos is one of the people he can talk to about this. So he's coming on to talk to Santos, even though our group will be there as support and everything like that. And this other person's in our group anyway. I mean, we're really lucky anyway to get Santos, because Santos doesn't really like Hangouts. He much prefers Skype. And Santos has stuck with us, and he's such a lovely man. He never lets us down. He always does what he says. And considering the following he's got and all the other things he must do in his life, I'm just so chuffed that he stays with us. I mean, we'll have had him in a Hangout twice in 1 week. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And what else have we got? I'm trying to arrange a Hangout with Patricia Steer as well. I don't know if some of you know on this feed today that Gary from my group were with Patricia the other day, because obviously Gary is promoting the UK Flat Earth Conference in April 2018 in Birmingham. So it's just great what's happening around our group. Not only do we have Gary in it, we have Ceres in it, Dell's in it, Darren's in it, Dave's in it. Got some really good names, and there's researchers, you know, like Ceres. We're a group that are taking compass readings so that we can plot the sun and the moon. We need a year's worth, and we're 8-9 months in our series.
8 months.
8-9 months. Yes, D.
That's right. I joined in at the wrong point. Then Series was trying to say something.
Yeah, I don't know. The group started. I rejoined the group in September somewhere. And then in October.
Yes, even the group had a bumpy ride, because I had a different partner, and then it all just went bananas. And then he was blocking everybody. And then I went and unblocked everybody. And then me and Siri started talking, and the rest is history.
Yeah. That was, if you ask me, even somewhere around June, July, even. But then later on, the group got rolling again. It just stood still for a while until you invited everyone again, and then in September, August, the actual photographs came, and then the actual question was there from how are you going to put that together?
But we had this serious talk, didn't we, Series, about where we were going, and you came up with the idea of taking compass readings and then storing them, which you've done. Series has his own website with all this data on it, and we have had people trying to steal it.
Trying.
Yeah. Trying to hack into Series' webpage, very trusted, high profile. Did that. But we're not here to slag everybody off, so I'm sure if I started going into all that, the members would go, no, don't do that. So I'm not going to, because there's no point, really.
Thank you.
But it's not just that. I mean, in a sense, I'd love to say, because you think beware. But on the other hand, we're not here. We're here to bring people together. You know, if they don't want to be on the journey, well, they're not on the journey then, are they? The journey, aren't we, guys? And we're all together, and you know, I have a lovely family now, don't I, guys? Don't I, guys?
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time with these people. I mean, there's a few more. There's Judith, Wilson. There's more. I can't think right now because I'm so tired. But we've got to know each other. We spend a lot of time talking with each other. And some of us have met each other. Like I've met Dee. I've met Martin. How do you say his surname? Because Patricia Steer said it a completely different way. Martin, like, what's he called? What do you say?
I'd pronounce it lied take.
Yeah, that's how I say it, light take. So I've met him, you know, and I've met Gary. I've met David James. I've met little Richard. Yeah. So at least I've met some flat earthers. Plus I'm going to go and see Ceres in Holland. Hello, Ceres. This wouldn't have happened if we hadn't all become friends, eh?
No way.
Also, Ceres wanted these hangouts originally so that we could, as a group, in our group, so we could learn to trust each other. And, you know, everybody's just behind their writing, whereas this way was about seeing people, you know, spending time with them as best as possible. So this is all your fault, Ceres.
Yeah, I wanted to lay a bridge, and now I am overwhelmed with known people. Yeah.
So I just getting a couple of comments in chat here saying it's Martin Leak E. So
Leaky, that's it, yeah.
Leak-E. Yeah.
Leaky.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you know something, you know when people mention my name, they can even call me Pratchett, they call me all sorts of names. And so
I always
far,
think of you as petite, I've got to say.
really,
Yeah, I know it's petit, but I always think of you as petite.
because it is, it's petite without an E on it. But everybody so far has announced my name correct.
And I always
But
thought
anyway, who has 4 T's in their name, for goodness sake?
for T's.
Yeah, people go 3 T's, 2 T's, no, 4 T's. But anyway, such is life. Yeah, it's led to other people, hasn't it? You know, even Martin is a moderator now on here.
Right? On a few hangouts with us as well, hasn't he? So
I've lost the flow now, but mine's tea with 3 sugars, please.
yeah.
Who's the moderator as well?
Can I just explain as well, by the way, in the group chat, we're kind of on 0 tolerance for nastiness. If people want to come in and just swear and all that, Dee will block them. There's no point. We're trying to be here to have some kind of discussion, and even in the chat, you've got to be able to talk freely. And as this is a flat earth channel, if they don't like that, what are they doing here?
Yeah.
You know, there's no debate going on, is there?
Instead of, yeah. Some people are so true.
You know, when I slipped over at one stage and saw a little bit of the chat the other day, and I saw some of the sort of words going, I just thought, why are they? I put a comment in there. Why are you here? This isn't the place for you. Come together. It's hard enough. Most of us, you know, your family might not like it, your friends don't like it, and the one time when you find that you're more at peace with yourself and more open about life, about the world, about the truth, isn't. So, you know, we've got to find places where we can come together.
Well, yeah, digitally is one I am used to. Digitally, I am used to. It's
but
like the 30 more.
The nice thing is the comments that are coming back is that you see a group of people not arguing or slagging someone off. So that's a really good start, getting people on them to talk. That's our main aim, really. That's what we want to do. Isn't it, Dee? Patricia, Frankie?
Yes. Well, like I say,
and I have such lovely friends to do it with as well. You know, as much as we're here and it's got my name up, if it wasn't for these people here right now, then it wouldn't be happening. So it's not just one person that makes this, it's everybody makes this. Don't you agree then?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it is. We've all got our parts to play in this, haven't we? So I
Here
hate to say it
together,
like
aren't
that because it makes it sound like nefarious there, but you know what I mean. Every single person's got something to add, and as long as they're constructive, like I say, they're welcome. Yeah.
The one thing that we're sort of being taught when we're going through this flat earth stuff is that this journey is for yourself, and the thing that's been hidden is you. So it's a you, but then there's a you and a we. This won't go anywhere unless there's a we, but there's got to be a you as well. And the other part we're putting into our work is that, you know, maybe some people don't believe in this, and some people find they can be very rational about what they think flat earth's all about, a piece of land, but we see it that this is a spiritual realm we're in. So it's not just about the land, it's about the people. Without the people, you have nothing anyway, you know. And a series will repeat over and over again, without the people, they've got nothing. So we don't realize how important we really are.
We are the energy, yeah?
Yes, they're channeling it, and unless people wake up, then they're going to just be channeled, aren't they, into what they think what they want you to believe, you know, unfortunately. But we're not living like that now. We're living in a different place, aren't we? This is our place now.
Imagine a place where you can actually have a labor what is giving a fruit what you can actually eat yourself instead of only the crumbs of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that people in the chat can't actually come on the Hangout. Well, some of them do, don't they? Some of them say, can I hop on or whatever? But even in the chat, you're part of it, aren't you? Because you're there and we're coming together. So we just hope that people get a nice vibe from us.
Well, let's hope when we're not doing our scheduled hangouts that we do get more people from chat asking to come on as well. It'd be nice to get some new people about, wouldn't it? So
yeah, I've got a feeling, like, just looking at things, like if you're on a Patricia Steer show, it's going to last about an hour. That's your interview there. We've done some very long hangouts and people have added on, maybe in our group, that is, but maybe we can do somewhere we do talk to actually the people who are sitting there in the chat. I mean, properly, is maybe get them on a hangout, get them in the hangout sometimes. They can have 10 minutes or something, like, you know, and do a variety of everybody's all put together. But I'm still hoping that we're just going to turn into this hub for everyone, and it's a trusted place, and, you know, we're not bickering and arguing.
I don't know. I disagree.
Very funny. Naughty D. Oh, D, listen, since I met D, the whole of everything has gone mad, hasn't it, D, really? Going to that space centre with you in Leicester in March, meeting Martin and Nathan, and meeting Alan, who is now a big part of our, he's not actually on Facebook, but he's a big part of our hangouts, and he's into free energy and pyramids and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we have got a really good section of people on with us, haven't we? Different fields, different. Dave Marsh, for instance, in our group, he has his own flatline group, but he always has enough time to be with us, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, Dave Marsh is a great guy to go to as well. Yeah, I mean, I do put his links in the chat quite often to his moon race video. So, well, he's got a moon race, and he's got a moon race part 2, which I suggest you watch as well.
Yeah, and that's a man that's, you know, got a partner, got a child, has a full-time job, and tries as best as possible to do his own experiments, which the pizza map, didn't he? He proved it wasn't right. Yeah, and then you've got obviously the bigger guests like Santos and these people, Mark Sargent. They're on our journey. Anyway, I'm really pleased that Mark Sargent John the Morgile are going to be speakers at the UK Flat Earth Conference in April 2018 in Birmingham. There's more. Dave Marsh is going to be there. Martin's going to be there. Dell should be there. There are other speakers as well.
So I just want to say, Awakening in the chat has offered, if you need any links, apparently he's got access to loads. So he's going to be a good guy to have about, I think.
Links?
Yeah, I imagine to people to get them on Hangouts and stuff. You might probably have lots of people's details, so you'd be able to add them.
Right.
At least that's what I'm gathering from what he said.
I think, you know, we should be, you know, have a few people on, because that's what we're the people. What do you call it? We're the people's group. So we're already a group. We've already got a group of people with us. With the people's group, we have to have some of the people on, I think.
Well, I think it's the people that decide what type of group we are. But yeah, no, I mean, you can try naming yourself if you want.
A part of it, hasn't he, as well? It's Billy in the chat still. He's become a part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
people along the way who don't want to be a part.
Arwin seems to be willing to join in as well, so hopefully he's going to become a part of it in the future, and especially with Series and him, they'll be able to speak Dutch together, and maybe, like I say, Series will have a bit of an easier time explaining things in his native tongue and stuff. So
Yeah.
And I also thought, like, because, you know, we have these we have had a few quite long hangouts, but maybe it can be a bit more like, you know, say, for instance, a guest. We'll just pick Dell because he's on live at the moment. So if Dell comes on, he doesn't have to stay for 6 hours, but people can pop on and pop off. Center. But I suppose occasionally we might need the odd night off, because it is quite a thing to go live all the time, isn't it? But we want to be there as well, because without the people, no point.
Only even if one is missing, then it's still not complete in that sense.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you have a pair of hands clapping, if only one hand is clapping, there's nothing. You need the hand. You need people. You need the people.
There's
Yeah.
in that sense difference in count. Other than that, more is only better.
Yeah, and also I haven't got my camera on. I'll put my camera on in a minute, but people, and when you come on these hangouts, people can see you, can't they? Real people. I mean, not everybody can do it. Lots of people don't like showing their face. They're shy or whatever it is. But people can see we're real people. We've all got our pictures on. I'll take my camera off so people can see me for a minute. How do I do it? I've got to go back to the control panel now. Help!
Yeah, we're real people, aren't we?
We are.
I know I look a bit blue at the minute, but
it's funny. You look green on our screen, Patricia, but on the actual live hangout, you're blue.
oh, changing colours. That's something different. I don't know how to put a picture on there. So
yeah, if you go to your
Or your channel one, either your Google account, Google Plus account. And
yeah, basically
I
Google.
I don't even know how to
links
do
it
that.
through. Well, I'll let somebody better than me talk about that then.
Yeah, we do that when we're not on here. Oh.
All right, boss.
Get your already?
Boss.
Oh, she's got all red now, look.
least she's not green or blue, is she?
Dee, do you want to see if there's any questions or anything with the people? I look a right mess.
Like I said, well, you've just asked basically, so I'll wait for some to come through. I mean, we've only got 8 people watching at the moment, so.
Yeah, there are some people sitting on the chat series.
I'm trying to. Oh, sorry, I should say as well, this is apparently running a lot smoother than the last live Hangouts we've had.
Well, you can tell by the noise and everything.
Well, I asked earlier, and the Awakening said, yeah, it's running a lot smoother, and I've had it running quietly in the background, and I've not noticed any breakups. And it's weird actually having to listen to my own voice because I sound really slow and stupid to my ears. But yeah, no, it seems to be running well so far.
Is there any questions then?
Yeah, Billy's saying no buffering.
Same here. At the Awakening.
No questions yet.
Now the shave is only 2 years almost.
Yeah, you only done 2 years, yeah. So I'm still shaving a little bit of mine in my head. So
Shall we say that we're going to be sitting here till 4:45 because we're back at 8?
In a sense, I like to lay down for a few hours to be able to fill the evening.
We just stay on here for another.
we'll make it past.
Yeah.
Give us another 10 minutes maybe or something.
Okay then, 10 minutes then. Just because this was just a dummy run to make sure I could do this later.
Yeah, basically, like I say, last few live screens, we've had series running Karen's stream through OBS on her channel, and now we're just letting Karen run it through her channel through the normal Hangout scenario. So hopefully, this will run a lot smoother from now on, guys.
Yeah.
Yay! Anyway,
Particular one, and that was all hidden behind the scheduled one. Really.
and haven't we had some difficulties in the time? Other people having technicalities about getting on to the Hangout.
That one.
I suppose you're doing it this way.
Seems to work great here.
Series, do you want to share a picture and see if you can get that up? Okay, show a picture to the room of your bit of your research.
Let's see.
Give them a picture.
Yeah. Basically, what I've discovered is how they hide the true map on top here in through a GPS wave function, what I call it, what is used to transform these three squares into a 2-square image in where the latitude longitude is 1:1. And the original is where the photographic XY positions are 1:1. And on the top here you see how the wave is showing up in this format. And in the middle here you see how it shows in this format. It is exactly the same wave. The difference is that you see that it is in the top one based on the latitude and on the bottom one based on the I value. And yeah, it's kind of a turned around wave in that sense. But you have to see this as south and this is north on the top and the south on the bottom. think I have even.
D, who's asking for a wrench? Raven something or other.
Yeah, not. I've seen them about, but to be fair, I mean, if Billy or somebody would vouch for them, I wouldn't see a problem you giving it to them. But I'm not massive on the hangout scene, so I can't vouch for people myself. Well, not many.
So far, everyone knows this particular map, and everyone who comes across my new discovery never has seen this particular map. And this can only work in a hyperdimensional nature, because east-west is looping here, and it's flat, and north-south seem to be bigger, further. That there is not only one square beyond, but probably even 13. And then 13 again, and then you're in the center here again. So it's kind of a double circle within a single cube, but then you need, because of the flower of life pattern, what I've drawn here, the interference pattern itself makes it shorter in the next one, so that it needs at least 13 to end up exactly in the middle again. And then in east-west direction, you don't have an overlapping circle, but an etching circle where you are in one step already in the next square. This is my only explanation of why this data would be in this format to begin with, because the format was the first thing I actually found, without realizing how the rest would actually work. And from this, everything else actually came. When I got this format, and especially this wave in the bottom, the amplitude is half the size of the Sun and Moon Analema wave, but the length is exactly the wave of the Sun and Moon, because it's exactly one way here. And when you line up the whole tree of life, flower of life pattern with the crossing point of the Sun Analema, you actually line up the whole flower of life points here in the bottom with the middle of the wave and the top edge of the wave. And then the whole world grows out of there, as if you have this triple circle system within the triple square. And the crossings here are the points for the magnetical pillars. And these are laying over exactly on top of this mountain, exactly in the middle of this seemingly hilly, exactly in the middle of the hill between the valley.
Which one are you talking about, series? Because I don't think they can see.
It's a bit blurry as well. And yeah, this is the whole world. This is at least 75,000 by 25,000 miles, almost in a sense. 24,901 times 3 and times 1. And it's probably times 26 to go the whole circle round, and just times 1 to go the whole circle round. Yeah, they fool us with this. From this you create the circle or the ball. What I've done here is actually keep the longitude just 101 with XY, with the x-axis in this case, and the y-axis is transformed into the 101 latitude longitude. And that's the only thing they do here. The next step is to actually adjust longitude according to the circle or according to the ball, And it seems to me that the only distance they keep correct is exactly the middle equator line. And that's the only distance, what is the only true distance on Earth in all the in all the maps so far. But I discovered that this is the actual map on where you calculate actually the true distances between 2 points on xi values. That you calculate the positions on the square here and actually can do a square of x mile x mile of plus I mile I. That's the distance formula. Yeah, show images. There's so much images here. This is then a particular wave. Mandelbrot on top of the Analimos. Zoom in of that. And what you see is an interference pattern of the side squares as a fourth dimensional, how do you call that? Okay, yeah. When it goes on the sides out, you get it on the other side in. And that pattern comes in the middle together again, and that actually creates the whole Mandelbrot form around the Analimas and within itself as well. Particular tryouts on this. Here in purple. And then, yeah, with this I actually lined up everything so far. This is how you see then the three squares in a looping. It's a bigger picture, it's a little bit much data to actually oversee. Yes.
Thanks, Dee. I can see that you're writing stuff in the chat.
Hey, that's no worries. I'm just trying to clear it up. Obviously, we've got a bit of a lag going on here, so I don't know if the information's coming through on their side correctly at the right time, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
Is anybody watching a bit shocked or?
This particular cross is from the Tree of Life, and it crosses exactly over Iceland. And when I do a image layover with the Buddha, the tip of the nose of Buddha is actually exactly lining up with this particular cross. And this part here becomes his eyebrow. And it's as if this right side is actually a kind of positive above C, and then the left eye is a negative below C. And
do you want to show that picture series so that they can see what you're talking about?
Yeah, and this mountain range is sometimes drawn as a very large ear.
I don't think they can see your cursor series. Maybe you should show them a picture.
I think they don't see it indeed.
Well, Karen, if you can present him as well, that should keep his screen on all times at least.
Yeah. I can also present to everyone.
Done it now.
Oh, Where's my? No, the other one.
Just not sure if people could see your cursor, so you're going and here, and they can't see it.
Oh yeah.
So what are you showing them, series?
Yeah, it's kind of how I try to build up the sun and moon anonymous. All kinds of. It's kind of my search on how numbers are actually lining up, and figure out how I have to actually put all the stuff in. And this is where I show the lineup of the actual wave on the edge, and then in the middle of the wave here, in the middle of the top there. And that's how the flower of life pattern in the bigger circles is actually lining up with elevation data.
That's the edge of the data you've got so far, isn't it, series? As far as you can go, that's where your data ends, is that wave.
Yeah, the south edge.
Like thousands and thousands of miles, because Antarctica's so big.
If you translate this in the first step already to that GPS map, then you lose this, and about 2/3 of the whole square in just a single pixel.
Can you explain to people what they're actually looking at, series? What are they actually looking at? It's Antarctica and the rest.
The edge of Antarctica at the south edge of the square, of the south square. So it's from the equator 1.5 times 24,901 miles removed. And so far I figure we have only an edge in data, not in reality. It seems that the outer squares are kind of where the whole firmament fundaments are, in that the pillars are not just a point, but 4 of those points together, in where each point is connected through a line, and a line I figure is a face. And when you figure that the angels had 4 faces, the angels of the 4 pillars, and you have 4 pillars with 4 faces, and these what is the form called? Double triangles. The root, the ruit. We'll find the image. Tree of life fitting.
What are you showing a series now? What are we flicking through for the people who are watching?
The moment I'm actually trying to figure out what the actual number is to create this particular flower of life pattern itself, that I get the right number for the divisions of how I have to put in these equilateral triangles in there, in that sense. And I had got it right until I eventually discovered that it was just 13 divided by 15. Oh, yeah, some very nice Google images of in the search of ancient trees and such. Huge things growing. This is very large scale images, and you see here all kinds of things what are just kind of plant growth structures, and then sort of chopped off or something. Oh,
What are you looking for, series?
I have to go through it. One of the images. Oh yeah, the Buddhas.
Cool.
As a reflection to Buddhas, because you have a sun and a moon. And it's, if you ask me, a double Mandelbrot in two directions, one up and one down. And I think like somebody mentioned the fixed, and then you have the, oh yeah, Santos was that, the turning energy from the sun and the fixed energy from the earth, but then in opposite turning direction. So it has this particular toroidal flow field, but it's not moving on its own. And the sun energy is the one who is actually moving. And this is how we actually get our own free energy from the sun itself in a way. And I figured the square is the fixed and the circle is the turning energies. And the triangle is the translation between the two, actually. It's exactly between the flower of life circles and the square in where the base circle actually is drawn. The Mandelbrot. It exists between 1 and -1 and -2 and 1. And that's the whole fractal. And this is the finite size of it. But in itself, it is going in an infinite depth and repeating itself, actually. That's the nature. I guess a three-dimensional one. I was looking for a 3D one, actually, because we are in 3D. Sun and moon together. There's two force fields working together within this wave system. Then also that the sun is only going once and the moon is actually going 13. There's that 13 again. 3D. I try to build up those maps. The EA map created from this image. Levana came with somebody and he made this one for me from the GPS 101, latitude longitude 101 map. And this one, this particular map was the only one what was actually capable of creating this particular image, what is the EA map. So I figured if you create this one from this one and this one from the other one, then the other one is actually the original. Because through this transformation, you actually lose a lot of data. In the first step already, in that you completely destroy the north and south latitude regions and kind of expand the middle part of it. And then here, completely destroying the longitudes along the way, and then accept the equator length, and then making this longer. It's completely distorted. Large images again. Hello.
Well, I haven't seen that one before, series.
No, it's not mine. Found this one. It was a pretty interesting drawing. and how you actually turn triangles. Yeah, these are results of, this is level 13 of my missing Google image satellite, missing Google, research to find out what Google actually has on images on every level they actually show. Level 8, they start deleting data from the top and the bottom. And here you see barely no Antarctica anymore, only the edges, etc. And then the lands. And from level 14 and on, they actually start deleting Russia for a big part. Up till here, everything disappears almost. And Antarctica, of course. And I'm now on level 16, and there I'm actually starting to miss areas like here and here in the Middle East. And yeah, through this I actually discovered what the dimensional side of this is. We had this particular square, but it had only up to latitude 85. And I wanted to know what was there beyond the last 5 degrees. And through the formula I actually gathered the elevation data, and the elevation data is the only one in where what I can get in latitude longitude coordinates, and that caused actually that I could go beyond the square and eventually fill up the last 5 latitude. But until I actually finished the first one, I realized that there were 3 squares instead of only 1. So they're practically hiding 2/3 of the map. This is this particular Buddha image with the long hair. The nose is actually lining up with Iceland. This part is lining up with Greenland, and this then and the sea, and then here the what's that region called actually?
I was going to say your cursor's not showing up on the screen, series.
Oh, yeah, let's just share with cursor, full share. Where's the blue one? This ear is lining up with this. This is Iceland. It's a bit blurry here. Yeah. Yeah, React. There's too many images. Oh yeah, and thanks to D, we came actually to the Buddha. In the sense that he saw somebody meditating on images, and I built it with the Mendel built, and then I figured that Buddha is actually the same thing here. It's just hidden. It's the same form. And yeah, then I came up with the original Buddha. And that one actually fitted in right in how the image actually is built up with the elevation data. This is the ear. I can load a bigger one. On a high detailed elevation map.
I hope everybody's bearing with us in the chat here, because Series is just trying to go through some of his work, and we hadn't planned to do this. We just planned to do a dummy run for later on tonight, because I'm going to have to go about 5:15, Series, so we'll be on here for a little bit longer, but we're coming back tonight, and so now we've asked Series to show some of his work, and it's taking a little bit longer because we're not.
It's so heavy loading. Oh. I need to rebuild. Yeah, finally. That's weird. Oh, I can. It's still not full detail as you want, of course. Up to level 12, which the detail I can actually.
Stuck a little bit, Series.
Oh, it needs to load a little. So. It's a bit filled up. Okay.
Dell says he's got 50 minutes.
50 minutes? That's...
15 minutes. I'm going to say send your email.
Oh.
You can add him, Series.
I was going to say, it's a bit too late now if we're getting off in a minute, isn't it?
Well, I said 15:15. He said he's got 15 minutes.
All right.
And go for it. Sorry, Series, right in the flow of your work. But we're going to do your work again. How do I add him? Because I'm on my phone. I haven't got...
Just beyond the imaginary curve as a name.
Okay.
He's,
So I was going to say, you might want to let him know it's live, because we usually do the Hangouts in private with Dell.
Live earlier on, so I just got to add him. So let's go back to my panel.
Right.
Hang on. What's it called, Series? Just Beyond?
Beyond, and then
maybe,
and then yeah. There are not many beginning with a Beyond as a name.
Dell's coming on. Dell from the Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
Yeah. Oh.
He's added. Where is he?
Almost got it.
Dell. Well, sorry, Frankie's saying something to me, so I've got to put my glasses on because I'm blind as a bat nowadays. All right, okay. Is he in the chat room series?
In the Google chat room? No. Yeah, you added him? Yeah.
Oh, he's looked now. You need to send me the link.
Oh.
I'm gonna get off because I'm absolutely shattered. Normally had about 2 or 3 sleeps by now.
Oh, okay.
I want to.
So, are you coming on later, Patricia?
If you want me to, yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. Catch you later, Patricia.
All right.
Bye
Love
bye.
you all.
Have good dreams.
Do bear with us, everybody. I'm just re-adding Dell then.
Oh, now I can add. Who?
I've added him.
Oh, but it doesn't work.
See, now I wish we'd gone off earlier and watched his show because it'd be interesting to know what he talked about now, so we can talk to him about something.
I've got to add him a different way. I've got to add him through Facebook. Do bear with us, everybody. I'm just adding Dell, okay? I've got to go to Facebook. Okay, I'm going to Facebook to add you, Dell.
That's where I got the icon of invite people, but when I click it, nothing happens. And the other button disappears or so.
I'm just going to Facebook to add him. So just bear with me while I'm adding Dell. I might just take my camera off for a moment because I'm just flapping around in the background. Everybody, when I take my camera off. Oh, taking series is off. You back probably. I took your mic. I don't know what I've done now. You put your microphone on, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm just gonna add Dell this way. Oh, it takes so long. Series, couldn't you have added him? You'd have been quicker than me.
Yeah, if the function works. I have the button, but nothing happens.
Can't you just talk for a couple of minutes then while I'm adding him?
Talk. Talk, not talk.
Well, I was just going to say, you've just had a message, Karen, in the chat asking if you're going to speak at the Cornwall meet, July 28th or August or something.
Oh, well, whoever's listening in the chat right now, I think I'm more of a sort of platform, a person to get people together. I don't really have anything to like, like I'm not quite a researcher like everyone else. I do research, but of course, when you meet someone like Series, I know nothing compared to him. So I'm here to help people to get people together. forever. This is taking forever to add him. It's just so slow on my computer. Can someone talk then while I'm adding then, please? Talking.
Oh yeah, I'm reading. The chat.
Haven't we? We've got
Jump,
people
monkey,
watching.
jump.
Well,
Well, if Siri doesn't
Just,
got
I
anything to
can't.
say, I'll just
I
show off your
can't see
lightsabers for a second.
Go on
There we
then,
go,
show your
guys.
lightsabers.
This is one of my lightsabers. Just a nice purple one. It's cheap. It was cheap relative to my other one, but it's the Bastion from Saberforge. Fully dual worthy. You can give it a good whack. I think I might have broke my knuckle at lightsaber training the other night. It's still not swollen. God, the swollen's still not golden now. I've also got this one here. This one's a bit more fancy, if it works. Got nice green light there. It's a lot bigger hilt. This one was a lot more expensive. It's got sound and everything, but I've got it on mute mode at the moment, so I don't want to go through it. To change it, it's got a longer blade and everything as well. Damn it, no, I haven't wanted to see. Oh, there we go. And also, this one's got a crystal chamber. So it's actually got the crystal inside. That's a proper quartz crystal there. So pretty awesome. But again, anyway, that filled some air for a few minutes.
So slow. I usually get Series to add everything on because it's just so slow, and I've got Google Hangouts. I'm just still waiting to get on Dell's page on Facebook. It would have been much quicker if Series had just added him, but never mind. We're going to miss him at this rate. Open the page up. It just keeps saying wait.
how many calls can you?
Series, are you friends with Dell? Are you friends with Dell on Facebook? Can't you just send him the link through Facebook?
Yeah, if I have the link still in my.
It's just so slow.
Give me the link.
Oh,
Oh yeah, in the Hangout chat itself. That was the other one. There's the link.
it's going there now.
Oh, well,
Copy.
Karen, if you look in the YouTube chat quickly, there's Marshall
Facebook?
TM Follett just put an email in there. If you email him, he'll forward it to Dell for you.
Who's that? Sorry?
If you look in the YouTube chat, it's a guy.
I can't right now because I'm trying to add Dell. Wait a minute. I'm trying to add Dell and I just can't. This is just taking forever. To go on Facebook, and Facebook, I don't know, in the last few weeks, Facebook has gone like mega slow on my computer. It never used to be like this.
Yeah.
So it just takes forever to load anything up. So I do nearly everything on my phone now because I can't go through this every time I want to turn a page. Now, the person who sent the email, in a minute, just send it again or something because I can't read it right now.
Yeah, well, it's
Have you managed?
no curve at gmx. Yeah, no curve at gmx.com.
No. Oh, that's a group.
Oh, thank you very much for that. I'll have to take a look in a minute. I'm just really struggling getting my Facebook to open.
Yeah, it's slow here as well.
It's just, I don't know what Facebook have done. It just goes mega slow on the computer, and the page is just turning and turning. This is just ridiculous. I've had it for weeks now, about 4 or 5 weeks. Facebook has just gone dead slow every time I turn a page. And just to get Dell's message up, we're going to miss him now. Yeah, I think we're getting there now. You know how it used to be when you used to do Internet Explorer, where you could go off and make a cup of tea? It's the same sort of thing now on Facebook. For me. Just opening up, it takes minutes for everything to open up. Oh, I've got it at long last. We probably missed him now.
I don't know where what his account is on Facebook.
I've done it. I've at long last done it. But it won't send it. Right, it's done. Right, we've done it now.
All right.
Very sorry, everybody, that took for ages. I don't know why Facebook is so slow. Hopefully it'll be on now.
Hey, hello, Dell.
Oh my goodness. That was an absolute nightmare. Hello, Dell.
Oh yeah, he needs to be unmuted, huh?
How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but Facebook is just so slow nowadays. It took me about 50 minutes to put you in there. Anyway, hello, Dell. We were listening to a bit of your show to start with.
Yep.
Nice to see you.
Cheers for inviting me.
We've got D, Frankie, Series and me on. So go on then. Explain what you were just doing on your own show.
What's that? Sorry, you talking to me? Explain what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it, but we were actually talking here, testing out the whole new YouTube Hangout version.
Nice.
That she actually could do it herself instead of depending on me and OBS and such technical stuff.
I had some problems, actually.
Yeah, last Hangouts, my mic was having a buzz all the time through the Hangout. And yeah, I forgot to mute myself. OBS is actually a second mic in there. And I can mute myself in Hangout, but yeah, that doesn't take the buzz away in that sense.
Yeah, and then I didn't have my Facebook on, did I? To go and put the link in, and it went really slow. Anyway, Dell, you've just been live. Explain what you did then, going live. What was that about? I mean, we were listening a bit, but to the people that are here.
Just the usual, Karen, trying to rally people and to get some activism happening and organise some activism. And a wee bit of discussion about mind, body, consciousness, what it means to be alive, where we actually are, you know.
Yeah.
Have you got some?
Are we actually alive? You know?
This is it, mate, you know.
I don't have enough time to check whether I'm alive anymore. You know what I mean, Dell?
Yeah.
All the sleep shortage, especially the very long hangouts last week, actually.
Yeah, because we've started to go live a bit more now, Dell, because, well, we were having hangouts with people like you. Series was coming out with bits of his work. And then it meant that I'd have to go and edit the hangouts. But I was starting to put them on my YouTube channel. So about 2 weeks ago, we decided to start going live. And then I had quite a big hangout on Sunday with Mark Sargent, Darren, Nesbitt, Dave, I don't know, allegedly Dave. Then we had Oliver, Ludlow. And who was the other one? Number 5. Oh, Santos. We had Santos on there. So now we've decided that Series is going to come out with his work and we're going live on most things. And I think it's made a bit of a difference, really.
Sure.
Conference, Patricia Steer show as well. So it's all good stuff. And it's myself, I'm sure you feel a bit like this, Dell. I didn't want to be, well, it's not that I don't want to watch the videos, because unless someone watches someone like you, how are they going to know? You know, they come across you and it makes them wake up. But it's not just about watching videos. We want some action now. We want this to move on somehow. Come together as a group of people and somehow move this on, even if at the moment it's more discussions. But the more people that see us talking together, the more we're moving it on, surely.
Well, discussions, as long as it's a progressive discussion with people and you're challenging each other, then it's going to move on, you know?
Yeah, but you know, like now I can talk about the UK Flat Earth Convention in April, Birmingham, 2018. We can talk about that. That's something that's going to happen, and that's real. I'd like to get more of you big YouTubers together talking, because what happens if you woke up tomorrow and on the television it did say we were flat or more was coming out? Instead of talking about it, we need to know somehow what's going to happen, maybe the other side of it.
Personally, I don't think they will do it ever in public form, because why destroy your own feet while you actually need to stand on them? In that sense, we are their feet, feeding them.
It's just all the lies and the hoaxes and how I lived in the globe world now. Can you imagine living in the globe world now? Well, I suppose we do live in it, but not in our own homes, not in our heads, not when we talk to people. But can you imagine just, you know, oh, look, there's NASA going to space. I mean, it all seems silly now. Don't you agree? No. Yeah.
No, through time it becomes even more absurd. The more and more time you contemplate and you have a space to breathe and you look back at it, now when you see it, it's just absolutely absurd and comical.
Do you think, the one thing I noticed, I don't know about you, Dell, but you know, like this whole experience about flat Earth is a spiritual journey for me. I don't know what you call it yourself, because we have talked about this, and I don't know if you like to say that too much about yourself anyway, but it's a spiritual journey for me. So it just opens things up more and more. And when you go outside, it's like we're living with the living dead. Worse now. I'm not sure if you're more sensitive to them.
No, we were the people. And if you're spiritual, then it's not just about flat earth. You would have already been on that path in the first place. You know, for me, there was a lot of journey and contemplation and things that I had to work through way before this revelation came to me, you know.
Yeah, in a sense, you have to realize a lot more before you actually realize how flat is. Yeah.
People can say, "Oh, I get that it's flat," but you know what it means to me and the depths are, you know, my experience are different from one person to the next. You know, so some people can maybe get, "Oh, okay, we've been lied to, it's flat," but that doesn't necessarily mean that they then get every other aspect of their life, or you know, the belief systems or programming that they have in their mind. You know, there's loads of work there for people to do.
So on your program, what were you telling people to do then, Dell?
Well, I wouldn't really tell people to do anything. I can only be me, Karen, and the same for everybody
Sorry,
else.
what were you explaining to people then? Put it a different way. What were you explaining to people on your show just a minute ago then?
But in regards to mind, body, spiritual, life, these ideas and stuff, pretty much is the same as I always have. Is to discourage people from believing in an idea. For me, it's a time where we need to eradicate beliefs in these types of structures from our minds and start being direct realists and basing things on that stance. And let's explore and find out true reality for what it actually is, and ditch the beliefs, the wishes, the desires, the bias, the fear. You know, that's pretty much always the same thing from me. You know, believe absolutely nothing. I'm spiritual, you know, what people want to call spiritual, whatever it is to them. You know, I have many questions. That was part of it. You know, my hangout this afternoon was talking about what it means to be conscious, and where some of the deception lies in regards to philosophical materialism, and why that's prominent in, you know, science, you know, that meaning like they're looking all the time to come up with stories and hypotheses that tells a naturalistic explanation, i.e., you know, life comes from dead, inorganic, non-living matter. It just spontaneously appears. There's information contained within that. And my point to people is, in direct experience and reality, new information comes from a mind. So, you know, I agree with, you know, and I keep saying this to people, I concede this is designed, it's a creation of some sort. My issues come when we start having these ideas pushed to us and we start hearing mantras like, this is where we're supposed to be, life's valuable, cherish it, it's a blessing, it's a gift. These things are all assumptions that people have taken to be true and never really questioned them. When I try and encourage people to look at the nature of this reality and then ask yourself the question, when you've actually looked at it, do you accept it? Is it something that you place value in, belonging, meaning? Because for me, I don't. For me, I look at it, not from an emotional, angry, scared stance. For me, I look at this place as an abomination. For people to come to me and say, oh, a loving God type mind created this for us to... That
it's a minefield, isn't it? It's a minefield.
It's always the adult who scares the child into submission. And that's all about the whole control thing in here. That's why I point to Ecclesiastic 12:13, in where you actually point God as the only one you have to fear. Because all the other fear is just useless in that sense.
Yeah.
In the sense that you never have a human authority over you. It's always the authority lie, what is sold within the religious cult in that sense.
Yeah. I don't even think it's fear. I think it's good for people to hear caution and discernment. You know, rather than fear anything. I wouldn't go about fearing anything. If it is a singular God, then I've got some fucking questions that I want to be asking, you know, before I go worshipping or accepting any of them. You know? So my whole point of the day is just, you know, to continue that theme of trying to break down people's assumptions and ideas that they've taken to be true or that they're holding on to for whatever reason. You know, because that's something I had to work through. I had to eradicate these things from my mind. I'm what you would say spiritual. I'm looking for meaning. I'm looking for, is there more to life? Am I a soul? What am I here? But I need to be very careful that I don't start selecting things that make me feel good and secure, or something that I want to be true, and therefore I just look for a bias in order to, you know, secure that more within myself. My mind's open to any possibility, regardless of what it actually is. You know?
Being sort of like as pure as you can be with the truth.
Yeah, direct realism. A human being, really, you know, you can tell me stories, Karen, about your subjective experience, and your subjective experience might mean that you've done something that's objectively true, you know, or experienced something that's objectively true. Now, you can tell me these stories, or you can tell me a fantasy story. Regardless of any of these things, it shouldn't be in my psyche to start adapting myself and instilling what you're telling me about your experience into my being, and then trying to root it in something. You know, for me, direct realism is, you know, why are you instilling anything within your psyche when you've never directly experienced it? You know, that's the message that I keep trying to put to people.
And you believe it. You don't question it.
What's that?
And you believe it because you don't question it.
No, that's it.
You just believe it. You believe
It's amazing
that you don't know.
It's amazing the amount of people who think they are questioners and skeptics, and really, you know, when you start digging into it, they have ideals and desires for things to be true, and bias, and you know, it's phenomenal, as I say, based on the assumptions like the mantras I keep hearing from people. Life's precious, life's valuable, it's a special thing, God loves us, God created us for it. You know, all these, you know, they're loaded, and you know, I really discourage people from buying into any of that stuff. Nobody alive, nobody that I know knows the objective truth of this reality. So instead of us all throwing our ideas and wishes at each other, why don't we just eradicate it and, you know, call it evolving and move on properly and get to the next level for human beings? And that is, first and foremost, we need to establish exactly where we are, because if we don't have that, everything that you think in your life, whether you're enjoying it or no, and I said this earlier, whether it's a nice delusion or a horrible delusion, unless you know the roots of reality, where you actually are, anything that you're experiencing in life and telling yourself about life, you know, is nothing. It doesn't mean anything, because without that foundation, everything that you get involved in is purely delusional.
Yeah, I think that's the saddest bit, is that, you know, people, when they believe in all this space stuff, they're just being given a false reality and they believe it, and they're living a fake, it's a fake life. It's all fake.
Exactly.
And that takes your freedom away.
And that extends to every other belief system or faith-based system.
It blinds you from reality, as in just you no longer look. You look only to space.
Yeah.
No, and that's your knowledge. In that sense, I found a video from Osho in where he actually explained the whole thing, in where he is actually an anti-university to actually get detached from the mind again. That we, as we are actually in the beginning, we kind of separated the spirit from the flesh and then denied the spirit as an existence, in where we became attached to the flesh in that sense. And that is our own growing perception, and that's reality. And all the other things, spiritual, that's so fake. But if eventually it's just denying the other half of yourself, of your own existence, in that sense, that you can't even take your own intuition serious for yourself, you know. Well, that is the highest information you can get, and then you have the mind shouting as kind of the ego over that, while the intuition itself is kind of the whisper beneath it. And it seems really an art to get people to get them listening to themselves, instead of having always kind of a guru outside there who knows it, so they don't have to, in a sense. So they don't have to take
it's always going to be a slightly frustrating job, isn't it, for those that are trying to help people. It's always going to be a bit frustrating.
These things in these religions have been put out there deliberately for that, as far as I'm concerned, you know. The whole lot, it's about psychological, mental, emotional control and restriction. And for me, you know, you have to ask yourself why, regardless if you're in a closed system and under a dome, or you're on the outside of a sphere with nowhere else to go. You have to ask yourself why the implementation of that control, physically, mentally, emotionally. For me, it's screaming out that we need to get up off our asses, stop believing and listening to the nonsense that they keep telling us, and just go and discover it for ourselves and have the direct experience. You know? So.
Some of this, though, doesn't have answers, does it? It's just something that you know. You know it's the truth.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, like we know we're living on a flat earth realm, even if we can't absolutely prove everything right now, but we know. It's what sits with your frequency in you, everything. That's the spiritual journey you're on. I don't need every single proof to know. I know. I just know.
Yeah, in a sense, my whole research is actually only intuitively guided. I never had any idea in what direction it would go. I just want the truth.
Yeah.
Really, the truth.
I still want to get out and explore myself, but that's just me.
There's a separation, you know, that's what people misunderstand with me. You know, I don't discount metaphysical things. The mind is no material, you know, so I'm a realist in that sense. But in regards to establishing where we are, it has to be a physical endeavour. You know, we can all sit in the middle and theorise and go with intuitions and, you know, these metaphysical aspects, but that's not going to get us anywhere. You know, for me, this is about getting up off our asses physically and getting out there and establishing and finding what the actual dimensions of the place are. Although there is many metaphysical aspects, you know, as I say, the mind is immaterial, you know, that I acknowledge.
You have heard of the Leamington one, haven't you? The Leamington Spa one. That's about flat earthers meeting up and having a picnic together.
Sorry, but is this a meeting that's happening?
Yeah, Dee, can you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, it's I think Nathan Oakley's organising it. It's Jefferson Park or Jefferson Gardens in Leamington Spa on the 22nd of July.
Hey, that's my birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday then,
20.
series.
Yeah, my brother is 22. June.
That's coming up that anybody can go to.
Yeah,
So
and
that
apparently
starts.
sorry, we had another
Carry
one
on.
mentioned. Brian Walsh is organising a meet on Thursday in Dublin. And also the Fukas are having one in Cornwall on the 28th of July to the 1st of August, I think, in Cornwall.
Oh, so there you go. Some more active work there, Dell. So some people are beginning to do these things. And of course, as I said, we're doing the the UK conference next year in Birmingham in April. So that's another really good bit with loads of speakers coming, getting all together.
Well,
I think
there's good social aspects where people can get together and chat, maybe and get to know each other and bounce things off. And then there's activism, as if people need to, take measures in forms of activism. If I was to be going and speaking at any conference, I would be encouraging people to put it out into the public arena, because, for me, and I don't want to put anybody down, I like that people get together and I understand people want to socialise. But I, for one, I don't want to just always be showing up and speaking to the choir. For me, that's no activism.
Yeah, and I kind of agree there. But at the same time, it's good to get to know other flat earthers, because you can feel confident maybe making a few links and going out together in groups and stuff. It's like me at my lightsaber class the other night. At the end of the night, I just told everyone, look, just go back, research flat earth kind of thing. So there's little bits of activism like that as well that help. So
that's what I'm saying. There's two separate things here. That I totally agree. People getting together, chatting, getting to know each other builds confidence, builds a network. It's great for that. I'm just separate. What's activism and what's no activism. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, though, don't you, that Series is doing research. So we're hoping that, through his work that we can show what we live on. But I know that that's not your main aim, really. Your main aim is for people to at least wake up and start doing their own research. There's going to be people like you, Dell. We've told you this before. Sometimes, you've what's the word? It's not you struggle, but you feel frustrated, don't you? But there's, there can't be hundreds of Dells.
No, I would never expect it to be. That's why everybody needs to be individuals and bring what skills they have to the table.
Yeah, exactly. Be me, be you, not a copy.
Exactly.
Parts of a jigsaw puzzle, aren't we? Really?
In a way, I actually realize how the physical part is actually constructed as a construct, but there is so much hyperdimensional stuff beyond there that it really becomes hard to actually explain that second part, what is also interconnected with it. So yeah, the understanding is a little hard to bring over. In a sense, it's what I said on Facebook also. Single right now. Something like just get the line.
Do you feel enough people are waking up, Dell, or do you just think it's just a great big mountain, or do you think a lot of people are silent about this, that they do, but they just don't come out with it?
It's definitely a bit wider spread. Like yesterday, I was at a college in Clydebank. There was no really a lot of people there, but there was a couple of people who I spoke to, and just asked them the question: have you heard about this flat Earth thing? And yeah, I'm getting responses of yes. People discussing it. I experienced that as well when I went to the BBC building. The amount of people who I'd spoken to that had heard about the whole question. So, but again, I don't rest on that, and I don't rest on a billboard showing up or it being mentioned in the mainstream. For me, we just need to keep grinding and keep taking it to the people and keep getting it out there to make sure that it is going to be heard. But there is definitely.
Okay, it's basically realizing that the 3D construct is part of a hyperdimensional construct as well. in where the square, Earth, is in play with the circle, heavens, and energies. The square is the fixed, the circle the dynamics. And I only wish I could get a 3D orientated mind into a hyperdimensional site. I guess this is where we have our own pineal glands for, and that's what I can't activate in anyone. That's the part what everybody has to do for themselves, to actually see with their own eyes. Your third eye, actually opening your spiritual inwards.
Yeah.
And that's the main dilemma where I'm actually walking against, that people just want the information and be the master, to be in control, but never actually confront themselves to the core of who they actually are and realize who they are in that sense. Because many have so many shadows to go through within themselves already. And
wherever we go with this, though, once you go back, you can't go back. You just can't go back to that world anymore. You can't, because it's all a lie. You know it is.
Yeah.
I've been looking at NASA footages myself in the last couple of months. They're all got so many mistakes in them. I just wish more people would just go and have a look at those footages themselves. Go and do a bit of research about vacuums and all this kind of stuff, and then go and have a look at them. You just can't go back and pretend that that's real.
Have you ever
Sorry, you've taken your mic.
Santos Bonacci's videos? He has a lot about actual meanings of all kinds of scriptures, and I don't know what he brings together actually, but where he got all this information. But there's so much in there what is actually connecting into this particular realm as well. He's kind of describing a clock, and in that sense, the clock of life.
He brought up a video on our Hangout, Dell. It's called La Terra è Ferma. It's an Italian guy who died in 2004, but there are some interviews with him documented, and that he'd made this machine which proved to whatever it is, millionth of a, if we were moving, and he says, Ferma. And it needs to be translated, it's in Italian, you know, with subtitles. But there are a few people out there who did do experiments and say that we're not moving.
Good.
He actually measured the ether or something.
What I'm saying is that there are videos out there which have been made, which are what do you call them? They're obviously scientists, but they're doing this in their own gardens, making the equipment and everything, and it was already recorded. You know, this is about 20, 30 years ago. We're not moving before flat Earth kind of kicked in.
Yeah.
So he's going to get them subtitled. Down the video and explain what the person was saying to us, because obviously they were speaking in Italian, but there are videos out there that people made 20, 30 years ago with their own equipment that proved we weren't moving, which is just great, because obviously they're older videos, they're not sort of messed around with by anybody else, so that they'll come out, so it's good. So what are you doing in the near future then, Dell?
Just pushing on, trying to keep up the activism and trying to encourage it in any way I can. That's pretty much it. Keep the platform open on a Saturday night for the people out there.
Yes, your hangouts go on quite long as well, but once you're on a hangout, it is quite hard to stop one, isn't it, when there are people there, especially as you want as many people as possible to know everything.
Yeah. Well, I just keep it kind of one-to-one, so that, you know, people are coming on individually and they have the opportunity to bring up any subject or make any point that's prominent in their mind, you know. So, sometimes it runs on if there's people queuing to come in and have a say. But
how long do you give them a go then? You give them like 10 minutes or something?
If the conversation's good, you know, then fine. It's just it's basically get the topics flowing, different discussions, let people let them know that they're there, reach out to each other, the phone's on as well. I've got another mobile there with a different SIM card in it, and I give the phone number out and we get people phoning in. It's great. So you get a view of some of the numbers and the different walks of life that are out there.
And the chat room don't know, but we've been having hangouts with Dell for a few good months now, haven't we, Dell? I mean, not every week, once a fortnight or something like that. You've been coming on our hangouts, but obviously,
You've invited me to a couple of chats.
Yeah, Dell's been part of our hangout, not crew exactly, but you've been regularly coming in and we've been talking to you, so it's all been great. So we're, sticking together is the motto here.
Yeah, one of the
even if we've all got different avenues, we're researching. You're a platform. Do get mentioned quite a lot, Dell. I mean, even Mark Sargent. Was it Mark Sargent mentioned you the other day? Patricia Steer mentioned you the other day.
Well, if it's for the message, then great. But I'm not any idol or famous person for anybody. I'm just a guy that's desperate for the truth, and that's my main aim and priority. I'm not in this to be a celebrity and run about playing these types of games. All I'm interested in is progress and finding
to not become famous because you're actually original.
Is that sorry?
Yeah.
Say that again, series.
It's actually unavoidable that you become famous because you actually are an original, and people are adoring originals.
What's that?
Well, Dell, you might have become part of people's life.
Yeah.
Saturday night, so don't worry about it.
No, but there's a certain responsibility that comes with that, Karen. I'm not going to lead people into other delusions. I'm just going to always keep reaffirming and telling the truth about the situation and who I am. It's very easy for us to fall into an egotistical trap within ourselves and start, believing that we're something else. And I'm always for playing that down. So I appreciate and I take responsibility that there is people who view it like that. But I'm not going to play upon that at all.
But that's brilliant, though, not to remember to let it all go to your head.
Well, what is it?
Because without the
people
In
have
the
said
sense of the bigger the king, the bigger the temptations.
That's it. Well, people have said this to me before. Oh, you are what you are because of this and because, and I go, well, where the fuck am I? I'm still the same guy sitting in my shed out the back door in a housing scheme in the middle of fucking Scotland. I mean, people look at this as some sort of fame and stardom and celebrity lifestyle, and it couldn't be further from the truth. It's totally fucking bizarre.
I think I know what you mean there, Dell.
What's that?
Job. So I do understand. 1 minute I'm doing that, the next minute I'm here doing something completely different.
Aye. That's it.
A few months ago, now you're talking, there's people watching this on the chat. A few months ago, I think in a sense Flat Earth has picked up quite a big momentum. I mean, Mark Sargent told us when he was on that he's got a list of people doing functions in the chat room today. People have talked about gatherings and events happening which wouldn't have been happening last year.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I'd love? I'd love a Flat Earth festival. Can you imagine it? How big it would be?
I said that a couple of weeks ago, actually. Great. Get some live music and, advertise it.
Yeah, I can play the Star Wars theme on the guitar because that's all I've learnt so far.
The festival part is because you're on the land, isn't it? This is all to do with flat realm. So if you have a festival, you're on the ground. You're not in some building. You're actually in the grass, so you're connected with Flat Earth.
Yeah.
It would be great. It'd be enormous to I had a dream the other day. This is a dream. This probably will never happen, but I was thinking Glastonbury. Let's have a festival there.
Like a boogie party,
That would be amazing.
sorry to cut in, Karen, but I'm going to need to get off. I need to eat my food and I've got a few things I need to do. But thanks for inviting me to have a chat. You know, maybe do it again soon.
Yeah, that would be nice, Dell.
Yeah, no.
I'm chasing you lately, Dell.
It's summer now, busy times for everyone, isn't it, though?
It's difficult when you get a life going on and you've got young kids and stuff that you've got to attend to. You know, it's hard to proportion a lot of time. You know?
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry I cut it short, but I've been on for a few years earlier on. And
yeah, no, that's cool. I was just going to say.
Oh, you said 15 minutes, didn't you? So you've given us you've given us 45 minutes.
Yep.
I'm back now. Yeah, I just thought I've been chasing you lately.
No, it's not deliberate, you know. But I've seen your wee manipulative crying faces and stuff playing on my emotions, Karen. You know?
She's brilliant at that. She's brilliant at that.
I don't want to upset you by hassling, but I've said to you before, you know, because you've stuck with us in our hangouts, in our group hangouts, you're part of our journey as well. You're part of the puzzle.
Yeah, well, I'm there to support anybody who's searching and actively searching. You know, if I can help in any way, shape or form, I will. So, and if I've got the time, you know, as I say, it's hard when you've got another life going on and you're having to attend to things. So it's not deliberate, you know.
Anyway, just before you go, Dell, we do a group hug now. It's a flat Earth group hug. Yeah.
This is like I'm a Celtic fan. This is like doing the huddle.
Yay!
Yay!
Cheers, guys.
Thanks very much, Dell.
See you next time. And the line.
Take it easy.
Bye. Ooh. Everybody for listening. I will have to go very shortly. I've got to see my daytime job. I've got to go back to work and then be back here in 2 hours, 40 minutes to get on the next hangout, which is live at about 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to take my camera off because I'm lagging a little bit, but can we just stay on for a few more minutes and then I have to go?
Okay.
So I don't mean to cut everything short, but we're back at 8 o'clock. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed having Dell on for a little bit. Anything you want to say, Dee?
Well, no, I was just going to let Dell know that Arwin has been blocked from his channel, but I've put a message in the Hangout chat, so hopefully he'll get that anyway.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, from our channel, I wonder.
And series, I'm really sorry I cut your work short, but
we have a lot of time for that.
We've got many
more
hours
hangouts to do.
Yes, as many as we can do with your work.
Monday next week, we're going through my video step by step, and maybe I can even talk over it and add more information about the particular subject.
And I don't mean to say anything like against Dell, but Dell's made it very clear that he doesn't really want to assign to a shape or something like that. But we have what series research is, so we are going that way. But this whole thing is for everybody, and this helps series explain some of his work as well. But not everybody, even the big YouTubers, seem to mind what we're on. But that was why we started our group up in the first place, was to plot the sun and the moon, which we're doing, which is safe on Series' website.
So could I just cut in there, Karen? I was going to say, if anybody's got Android, I'll just speak from the Android point of view. If you download an app called Dioptra, it's basically I can't even say the word properly, I do apologise. The surveying tool, it's basically one of those in an app, and it gives you elevation, it gives you tilt data, it gives you your longitude, latitude, your azimuthal bearing, it's got a compass on it, so, and you just point it at the sun, point it at the moon, point it at whatever you want, take a picture, and it's basically how we take our readings. And this is all going to be added as well, so we're going to have some physical data that's going along with all this this stuff as well. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so shall we end this live hangout now, really, series? Because we're back at 8 and I need to go and do something else before we come back on. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Come back at 8 o'clock. We're back at 8 p.m. this evening, UK time. And does everybody want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Hugs to everyone out
My camera
there.
on. Thanks very much. See you later on.